The fourth step to improving your IELTS reading score is to better understand what the questions actually are. One of the best pieces of advice that I can give you is to research and actually understand each type of question. There are exactly 7 types of questions, and learning how to approach each question will allow you to quickly answer them with more accuracy. The first question I want to look at with you is true, false, or not given. This style of question is probably one of the 2 most hardest styles. Many people just simply cannot wrap their head around the difference between false and not given. And I hear complaints about this question every day. As you know, there are 2 question types. True, false, not given are fact-based questions, whereas yes, no, and not given are opinion-based questions. With these types of questions, you will need to decide if the information agrees with the question. Also, a side note, yes, no, and not given questions will usually ask you to look at the writer's opinion. With these styles of questions, it's best to use the in-depth style of reading, as you need to understand the text in its full meaning, not really the key words. Now, the difficulty with these questions is obviously not given. The not given question is probably getting really frustrating for you. You need to realize that not given does not mean not mentioned. Typically, you will see a part of the question mentioned in the text, but not all of the key words will be mentioned. For example, let's look at this question. See how I've circled the 3 key words that I'm going to match in the text. I can find the first 2 key words, however, the last key word I can't seem to match anywhere. So this will be not given. Most of the information is provided, but the last little bit didn't quite match. If you find all of the key words, 1, 2, 3, 4, however many keywords you've chosen, then bingo, you've got yes or no. Remember, you cannot assume. If you know the answer because of common knowledge, you cannot assume that is what the text will say. However, when you are using keywords, you need to also match prepositions, articles, and a few other words. For example, let's look at this question, which I found from dcielts.com. The writer claims that women on maternity leave often consider entering some form of further education because they are unsure of their career path. In the text, however, it will read, "It is a sad fact that many women who take maternity leave find themselves stepping off the career ladder, even though they fully intend to full-time work after their maternity leave is over." For some, this is no hardship, and for those who do wish to return to work, there is no issue as they have legal protection. The problem category is for those who are in 2 minds about what to do. These types of people need to sit down and ask themselves some serious hard questions. If we underline or highlight these words, we are almost certain to get the wrong answer. The writer claims that women on maternity leave often consider entering some form of further education. They are unsure of their career path. If we do this, the answer is probably yes, as we can match it with women on maternity leave. Women in 2 minds about what to do. And would I benefit from doing a degree? So this will be classed as incorrect because the question mentions a writer and that they claim this theory. And in the text, everything matches up except for the writer. Of course, you will need to identify the keywords. However, making sure that you identify the whole text and understand the whole text overall meaning is the most important. Some tips I can offer you with this style of question is to try not to assume the answer. Be careful of words like some and often. They can change your questions a lot. Be careful when the question starts with right, this person, she, or he said. You may need to concentrate a little bit more on the text. The questions will follow the order of text, so the further down the text you go, the further on the questions will also go. If you're having trouble finding the answer for one of the questions, you might want to safely assume the information is just not there, so it will be not given. Please try to underline where you found the answer, because if you move on to another question, sometimes you might suddenly realize your answer is wrong. So you want to be able to go back and change it. This process will make it so much easier and quicker for you. Another question a lot of people ask me is, should you read the question or the text first? Definitely read the question first. You will only need to find certain areas of the text, so there's no point in reading all of the unnecessary words. It's a bit of a waste of time. Now that's everything for that style of question. Let's move on to another style.